A lot of artists claim that Spotify pre-saves help tremendously with numbers, but do they really actually do anything? Short answer, no. And yes. What's up, geniuses? My name is Adriel Rivera, and welcome back to the Road to 100,000 Subscribers, the series where we document my journey from 8,000 to 100,000 subscribers. We are currently at 11,500. My channel is all about creating music and being an artist. Building your following is part of being a musician, which is why I created this series. But today we're gonna be looking at Spotify because my overarching goal is to be a full-time artist. Building my following on Spotify is part of building my audience on YouTube. Last week, I was preparing for the release of my latest single, What Can You Say About Me? I came up with a campaign to promote this song on multiple platforms because a song isn't going to do well unless it has the right marketing behind it. So whenever building a campaign for your music, you always want to have a goal set in mind. For me, it was getting a lot of pre-saves. So I set up a marketing strategy that I could do without a team because being an independent artist, I don't have a marketing team or a record label to provide that stuff for me. So what I did was I made a super dope cover art, I made an animation for it, I did a photo shoot, I updated my Spotify profile because that's what Spotify recommends, and I posted to social media like crazy. After everything was said and done, I was able to get up to 62 pre-saves before the single released on Friday, August 21st. 62 pre-saves isn't a hefty number, but it's 62 more than 0. So what does 62 pre-saves even do for me in the end? Well, first, let's understand what pre-saves are. Pre-saves are basically Spotify's version of pre-orders. Spotify is a streaming service, which means that people don't actually buy music from them. Instead, listeners will pay a subscription fee to listen to music on demand whenever and wherever. So typically, someone would pre-order or pre-purchase a song or album before it comes out so that right when it comes out, they get it right away. This could be a digital copy or a CD copy. However, Spotify doesn't sell you any music. So what they actually do with pre-saves is that when you pre-save, it'll add that song automatically to your library when it comes out. But what exactly does that mean for you as the artist? Sure, having a lot of pre-saves could be cool, but does it actually help with streaming numbers at all? Does your music get heard by more people? That's exactly what I wanted to see. So first, I had to get my pre-save link. DistroKid is a music distribution service that allows you to get your music onto all major platforms, including Spotify. This video is not sponsored by DistroKid, but I genuinely love their service, so if you guys want to use it, feel free to click the link in the description. It's a referral link and you guys will get 7% off your first year, and I'll get a little kickback every time somebody signs up through that link. So it's a win-win situation for both of us. If you want to get your music on Spotify, feel free to check out DistroKid. But anyway, DistroKid will provide you with a pre-save link for any song that you release, which they call hyperfollow links. Now, I don't know if any other distributor does this, but I know with DistroKid, the hyperfollow links don't only pre-save your song onto your listeners' library, but they also automatically make them follow you if they're not following you already. This is great for many reasons, which I'll get into later. So I had my pre-save link. I was getting people hyped. I already had 62 pre-saves. People were getting super excited about this. The day of the release comes. What happened? Well, quite frankly, a whole lot of nothing. But there was some promise though. The day of the release, my song got 93 streams on Spotify. That was about 4 days ago. It currently has 159 streams and is going up really slowly. To be fair, I haven't done a lot of post-release promotion, which is quite arguably more important than pre-release promotion, but I'm not gonna get into that today. What we wanna know is if pre-saves actually help with stream numbers. So on the day of release, were these numbers higher than average numbers for me? Nah. Not really. It's pretty typical numbers in my case. So from our testing, pre-saves aren't really worth the hassle, right? Well, there might be a different reason as to why you want pre-saves, and that reason has to do with followers. Before starting my promotion plan, which was around August 16th, I had about 428 followers on Spotify. Throughout the course of my promotion plan, I was slowly going up in followers, and by the time of release, I had around 442 followers. But something crazy happened yesterday. I went from 443 followers on Spotify to 464 followers in the span of 24 hours. That's 21 new followers in one day, which usually does not happen with my music. So what's going on and why the heck is that good? It's those pre-saves. A couple days after your release, the people that pre-saved your song on Spotify will end up following you automatically, which is why many people will see a spike in followers after using pre-save links a couple days after release day. At least this is what's happening in my case. So out of the 62 people that pre-saved my song, 21 of them were new people, which means 21 new sets of ears to my music. But what does that actually mean for you as the artist? Well, just like how YouTube shows you new music of channels you're subscribed to, Spotify will show your followers your new music right when it releases. Spotify is all about playlists, and they will automatically create playlists for listeners that is unique to their taste. One of these automatically generated or algorithmic playlists is called Release Radar, and it updates every Friday, which is why I always recommend releasing new music on Friday. If somebody's following you, your music will end up on their Release Radar playlist no matter what. So for me, that's 464 release radars that my music will automatically be added to once my new music releases. Now, not everybody listens to the Release Radar, and I'll be honest, I don't really listen to my Release Radar that much, but the people that do will listen to your music right when it comes out, despite having pre-saved it or not. So with pre-saves, what you're really doing is playing the long-term game. You might not be seeing a huge spike in numbers at first, but every new pre-save generates a new follower. Every new follower will always be getting your new music first. If they listen to your music enough and they like your stuff, they might become a die-hard fan and share your music with their friends. If their friends listen to your music, they might become a die-hard fan too. And if not, doesn't matter, it's just somebody new that knows your music. This might seem like hypothetical stuff, but trust me, if your music is good, this happens more often than you think. Shout out to my editor Fezzi, who was sharing my music with his friends way before he became my editor, and Ian, who I thankfully inspired enough for him to share my music with his friends. One of which left a comment on last week's episode, so thanks for the comment, Dope Swope. I appreciate you guys watching. Honestly, I found a lot of my favorite artists through word of mouth. There's Logic, Rylus, Russ, Adrian Chessout, Ryan Caraveo. These are all people that my brother has introduced me to, and I love their music. So if people love your music enough, they will talk about it. And when Spotify sees that more people are following your music, they'll start pushing your music to more people in the algorithm, starting the cycle all over again. And eventually it'll snowball and you'll be seeing your numbers skyrocket. Trust me, I know this from experience. This isn't the first time I've tested these pre-saves. I've actually gotten up to 86 pre-saves on a single song with similar results. It just takes some time, but soon enough you'll be heard by the right ears. So, do pre-saves actually help with streaming numbers? No, at least not up front. But if you're playing for the long term, then pre-saves might just be your ticket to fame. Now, everything that I said in this video is from my personal experience. I'm not a Spotify guru. I'm not super famous. These are just things that I know from doing my music. And honestly, I'm just trying to share as much as I can with you guys. So if you want to support me, feel free to check out my Patreon down below, patreon.com/AdrielRivera. You'll get exclusive bonuses, including new music when it comes out and being the first to hear it. And if you want to listen to What Can You Say About Me, which is the song we were talking about in this video, feel free to check it out. Links are in the description, or click the eye icon up here. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in next week's episode. Don't be afraid to show your genius. You've been talking bad about